Good morning. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Good evening to friends in North America, and hello to everyone watching on replay. My name is Nancy Hetker, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. And today I am going to be doing a little bit of playing with the brand new Quite Curvy bundle. This is a pre-release from the January to June 2021 mini catalog, and demonstrators were able to purchase it in October, and customers can purchase it through the end of the year. And then again, you can purchase it when the catalog actually goes live in early January. There is also a Christmas stamp set that coordinates with these dies, and some 6x6 Christmas, well, they call it Christmas, but it's not overly themed, so you can use it through, really for anything. But it's red and green and crumb cake with patterns, small patterns. And I chose not to do the add-on just because I feel like I've got enough Christmas stuff for my needs this year, but that is available. This is only sold to customers as a bundle right now, so you get it at 10% off. And then if you add on the Christmas stuff, it's called a variety bundle then, and it's all at 10% off, including the designer series paper, which is a rare thing. So I did use this on the card I showed on my blog yesterday, which was this card. I knew as soon as I saw this swooping die that I was going to have a lot of fun with it. I like it because it can be contemporary and clean, or it works with traditional or fancier stuff too. But like I said on my blog yesterday, I hadn't really focused in on this die at all. I was like, oh, look, there's some sort of foliage die, whatever. And kind of likewise, this one, oh, there's a fancy one. But when I ran it through as a test, these are just the cutest little, I don't know how detailed you could see these on the blog or here, but they've got the little bit of embossing on them. Oh, they're just adorable. And so I made this card, and I'm still pretty darn pleased with that one. Let me set it aside. But today I'm going to do something in a slightly different vein. And I've also made one play with this stamp. And it's got a coordinating die to cut it out. And I'll figure out, I started down one track with this and went a different way at one point, so I'm setting that aside to use another time. But today I'm gonna play with again some edge dies, and well, we'll see where we go. I've got some ideas. I know how they are in my head. We'll see how they actually turn out for two cards. So let me see. Take a moment here and see who's here. Hello, Roseanne, and hello, Nikki. Nice to see you. I'm glad you guys didn't change clocks, so it was probably easier for you guys to find me. Yeah, if you're here and you haven't said hello, please do. I know my friend Paula in New York State is not going to tune in today because she is working her local poll, her election site. Yeah, let's do this one first. And hopefully everybody has managed to vote today in the US. I know mine has been received and counted and recorded in Arizona, so I am happy. And now we just wait to see how long it takes to get the final results, right? Oh, hi Gladys, good, you found me too. Okay, So for this card, I'm going to be working with some stuff out of, well, I'm going to work with some Designer Series paper from, oh, now my mind is blank. I'm still getting up in the middle of the night with Noah, and so sometimes my brain goes really foggy. Yeah. Oh, Peony. It's the Peony Suite. Anyhow, I'll figure it out eventually. Peony Garden. Is that the name of the Designer Series paper? So I'm using the fancy, the fancy, and one side cuts that actual swoop, and so I'm going to get one piece. I want to make sure I get this the right way, although I suppose it doesn't matter because anyhow, I think this is how I want it. Whoops, sorry about that with the camera. And sorry for my very dry hands. Between washing for COVID and washing all the time because I'm dealing with the dog, I just can't keep lotion on my hands long enough to do much good. So let's see how that went. This is the first time with this die. Oh yes, pretty. So now I've got one piece that's cut in a neat swoop, but it's not, it doesn't have the fancy edge, and this one has the fancy edge. So that's interesting, and I will work on that. I'm just getting the little bits. I've got, oh, come on. I have this brush, and you can buy these to go on your take your pick tool. I have my old one from when we used to carry Sizzix products. They work the same, so I haven't replaced mine yet, but eventually, supposedly, the bristles will fall out. Now, I've got, this stuff left on my plate. And sometimes the easiest way I found to get it off is just take my other plate and scrape it. And I usually just scrape it right into my waste bin. But it gets staticky. So, like I said, I have ideas here. And we'll just see how it all works. I've got various pieces. And how am I going here? Yeah, I've had things in mind and then perhaps not had them work the way I thought they would. So you're going to see the experimenting in real time here. Especially wondering what I was actually thinking I was going to do. Yeah. So I like how that is on there. I may need to cut a bigger piece of the gray granite to do what I thought I was going to do. Or I may just be trimming this down. That may be the way to go. Okay. Like I said, I'm really making it up as I go here. Okay, can I bang that camera any more times for you? Okay, so this is gray granite ink. And there's two sides to every piece of cardstock, so if this doesn't work out how I think it's going to, we'll just turn it over. Yeah, that could have been down a little bit more, couldn't it? We'll try it on this side too. There we go. That's more like what I wanted. There we go. I'm thinking. I'm still thinking. I'm sorry. I can't think and chatter at the same time, so that's why I'm having trouble here. We'll see if this winds up being a mistake. Hopefully not. And again, little dots gone. Still thinking. I'm going to cut this down. Noah's with Glenn and I can hear him a little bit there. This may wind up being a square card. I just need to figure out what to go there. I believe I know. Okay. Okay. I think we're getting into business here. So this has this nice little hello stamp. And where's my... So, yesterday was a public holiday here. Melbourne Cup Day. And the Melbourne Cup is a big horse race. Think Kentucky Derby. Yeah, that's probably the best one, but it's almost like the Triple Crown races all in one. And usually, I mean, there's a whole week, or certainly a long weekend full of all different races, with Melbourne Cup being the biggest of them all. That's how that's going to go. And the past couple years when we've been here for it, it's been horrendously rainy. Yesterday was a beautiful day. It was up 30 degrees Celsius, which is about 80, somewhere between 85 and 90. Sunny, beautiful, nice breeze, and they couldn't have anybody there. No spectators. It's usually just, hordes of people. Nope, because of the COVID stuff. So, yeah, that's the way it goes sometimes. But yeah, we've had a couple days of true summery weather, and now we're back to showers and cooler. I don't mind the cooler. I'm not, despite having lived in Arizona for 8 years, I'm not a hot weather person at all. Especially when trying to wrangle a puppy into walking. Because he's not really fond of walking very far very quickly. Oh my goodness, really, Nancy? All you had to do was line up edges. I really can't talk and do anything else today. There we go. And this layer is not perfectly square, but that's okay. See about adding. No, it's not a national holiday. It's here in Victoria. So we have a state public holiday for a horse race, yes. And what it's actually meant is that we've had several days of lockdown at the construction site across from us, which has been a blessed, blessed thing. It's been quiet. There. There. There we go. And yeah, so that, you know, yes, we had a public holiday for a horse race, and the previous week we had a public holiday for the grand final for Australian rules football. So yeah, Aussies are into sports and betting. So both of those go well. And today, everybody who has, you could place bets on the outcome of the U.S. election. So, you know, that had big full page ads for the last couple months too in the paper. So, okay, so there's one. And the second one I'm going to combine with some Christmas stuff. I'm going to combine it with this triangle. Well, either triangle or perfectly plaid, but I'm leaning towards this first one. This one that I plan to do, I've planned to do with that. So let me bring my die cutting machine back in. That'll be my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. See how many things I can drop in the process. This is why I usually just go ahead and do it off to the side, but since we're actually featuring these dies today, let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna use this one. This is some of the brightly gleaming Christmas paper, which I love. I had some left from last year, and I bought another pack too, because I'm doing that Christmas gleaming class. 3 months classes actually. And again, I had envisioned going across like so. Let me make sure I have the dots on the correct side for what I want, because the way the die is, let me see if you can see that here. So the cutting edge is on one side and the dots are there, and so depending on which way you orient it determines which piece of paper has the pattern. I'm not sure that I really want the pattern. I'm gonna go this way. We'll see how we do. A little row of dots there. And yeah, so that I'll use for something. We'll play with it and see whether we use it right now or not. Just take a moment to get rid of that row of dots. And literally I'm just scraping it off like so. Just so they don't get absolutely everywhere. And I had a piece of cardstock. That I can't seem to get to line up again. There we go. So I was thinking like that. And the Christmas tree made of stars. And a sentiment in there. So the question is with or without. I think we could do one of each. And they'd both be nice. That's what I like, is that you can do 2 for 1. And if you wanted to, you could do I've seen a lot of cards that are done, somewhat like that, and then something in the middle there, but that's not what I'm doing today. So, do that, grab my foam pad, and my Night of Navy ink. And let's see what we get here. There we go. So, have you guys been working on your Christmas cards? I will say I have been working on getting mine ready to, my US ones ready to send to the US to be mailed. Because I send them in a big batch. And this time, because I don't have anyone coming here, I am actually going to mail them, and I'm going to mail them very soon now so that they can go into the US mail almost when they hit. They're going to take probably 3 to 4 weeks to get there, so that should be about right to then go into the mail in the US. Mine won't be late for once. How's that for ironic? Let's see if there's something in here that works well. Yeah, I think maybe this one I'm just going to keep like this, and then I'll put a sentiment on the inside. I kind of like it. Oh, that's the problem when you've got it right at the edge. No, does it feel like it's missing something? We're getting ready for on stage. Yeah, I still have to cut my stuff for on stage. But I figure I can do that. Thursday night is the recognition, and I can always do it during that session. Sorry, I've gone quiet because I'm just thinking about if I want to add anything. This tiny little sliver of white that's showing is bugging me. So that took care of that. I love this guillotine cutter because I can do things like that. That's better. It needs something. Something. Use a marker. Yeah, you can use a marker. I find it easier to just snip off that little tiny bit. Because otherwise I wind up getting marker where I don't want it. But what does it need? Well, I'm going to stick it and I'll add it later. Kind of needs another layer, but I don't really want to cut it down, so maybe we'll try one more. How did I get glue there? Yeah, that's not it. I'll figure it out. Okay, set that one aside for now. Let's see about maybe doing another one, but I'm going to start with this. I'm going to cut this down. Nine. I need to cut down. Hello, what did I do with the other piece that I cut? There it is. Yeah, I will. Okay, so I'm going to try again. Oh, I know what I wanted to cut down. Oh, that's not good. I find on this new trimmer, which I do generally really, really like, 14.4, there we go, that I'm having to, when my stuff goes ragged, it's not because the blade is getting dull, it's because my track is getting full of schmutz. So I take my pokey tool. You see all that I'm able to get out? That's what's making my edges raggedy. And because we can't pull it out like we could from the other one, this is the only way to do it. And I go very carefully because I don't want to gig up the track itself. I think if I had some canned air, that might help clear it out too. And I keep forgetting to go into Glenn's office and steal. I think he's got a can of air. So there we go. There's your maintenance tip for the day. And so I think if I do that and that, trimming off that point, and stamp that again, but put it on, hello. That maybe might just give it a little bit more oomph. The other option is to make a layer of copper foil back there, and that may be what I wind up doing too. We will see. Actually, now I've had another idea. Find the right stuff. Find the right stuff. This one's not the right stuff. There we go. Copper foil. Yeah, the stars are actually copper, so I can copper emboss because I still have copper embossing powder. I don't know why Stampin' Up decided to discontinue it. It's a shame because it was perfect with this, but I still have basically an entire pot of it. And I've shared it with the people who are doing my class and need it. So there we go. But yes, I could do that. And I'm actually going to be miserly here and grab my rectangles dies, and I'm going to pull a chunk of this out of the middle where it won't be seen. I don't care if it's perfectly straight because it's going to be covered up. This just gives me see, now I have all of that for another project. So bring my pieces back in here. I put that on there. then I can actually just put it on the blue, and I will be happier with that, I think. Okay, so let me figure out this and a sentiment, because I do think I want a sentiment on there. Hi, Megan. How are you today? Yep. Okay. So let's see how we go here. This is the Happy Wishes to You and Yours out of the Triangle set. And I'm going to start with the trunk, I think. No, I'm not. I'm going to put the tree on there because that way I can line up the trunk with the center. There we go. Let's see how we went with that. Okay, I'm going to glue this on and trim that corner. If I can get it to fully line up. Yeah. So I don't have to trim the top or the side. There we go. And I'm just going to pull out my paper snips and pop off that little corner there. And then that's going to line up on there nicely. And I'm trying to use a minimum of glue because I really don't want glue on my foil where it's visible, because you cannot get it off. There we go. And this one we might go ahead and pop it up with dimensionals this time. Can you hear Noah in the background? Being a little bit rambunctious. I know Glenn's gonna hand him off to me as soon as I go off the air today. He's like, I need to get work done. which is fine. We just trade them off all day long. But somehow I've wound up with the broken sleep. Glenn had broken sleep last night, but he had, you know, early on in the night he got up with him, and then I got up later and then went back to bed. But broken isn't good, period. Yes, copper emboss the tree would be an idea too, and it might have been a little bit better. I may do yet more of these. We'll see how many variations I can come up with. But I like that better. We may have to come in and add a sentiment in there. So there's those two. And there's this one. So you can see there's lots of different things you can do, even though I did kind of the same thing, cutting on an angle. But I'm just getting started. And then there's the one that I did yesterday. You already saw that one on my blog, I think. You can't see much when I do it like that. And I'm going to give you a sneak peek from... This is one of the cards that's in my monthly card class, and it uses the same cut edge here. So that's just another thought. And if you want the directions for that one, you can purchase my November monthly class tutorial, or the kit if you're here in Australia. So that's what I've got. Yeah, this one needs a little more something. Yeah, the copper background works, but then when I was thinking about that on this one, I don't have room to cut it down to do that. So I was thinking about maybe just doing a corner there. I don't know. I'll come up with something, but maybe not in time for the blog tomorrow. But anyhow, that's what I have for you today. I think this is going to be a really, really versatile bundle. I know it's going to be available through June, or through May to June. So I didn't hesitate to buy it when it became available. I'm really looking forward to doing something with these really cute birds. I don't think we've had such cute birds in a while. Although, you know, we do have bird ballad, and those are cute. So anyway, I liked it. Obviously, I bought it. I don't jump on everything that gets pre-released. I didn't buy the Christmas component, like I said, because I feel like I have enough Christmas for my needs this year. But they're very, very cute, and I've seen some cute things made with it. So I don't think there's any reason not to get it if you're still looking for Christmas stuff to do. And that's only available through the end of December. So anyhow, have a great week. I'm thinking about all of my friends and family in the U.S. I hope the election turns out the way you want it to, and that the reactions are peaceful and pleasant for everybody. Yeah, do know that all of us here in Australia are watching with a keen eye today. The Aussie news is full of, it's at least 50% U.S. election stuff. So, yeah, we're watching along with you. I will be back same time, same place next week. Nobody's changing clocks that I know of. That's good. And have fun stamping. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.